Well, hello, everybody. I'm so glad to see you. Welcome to this episode of Revenues. This is TPG's live streaming that we do a few times a week. I'm Dr. Debbie Qaqish, and my segment is called Get Real with Revenue Marketing. And what I mean by that is time to stop all the BS stuff and get down to what it takes to drive revenue. Because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that matters, is how you drive revenue. So it is 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock for me here in Pensacola, Florida. So I'm having a little drink. I like to drink Crown with Diet Coke and put a little twist of lemon in there. And also, you can't see it, but this is a really pretty glass. It's a Murano glass. I just love really great glassware. And if you like glassware, there's this great new show. I think it's on Netflix. It's called Blown Away. And it's phenomenal because what it's about, they have 10 contestants and they put them in a place where they can blow glass. And then the best contestants win, and they go on to win actually $60,000. And then they get an internship at the Corning Museum of Glass, which, as you all know, is one of the very best places that you could get glass anywhere in the world. So I'm totally hooked on that show because I love glass. So anyway, for tonight's episode, what I thought we would do is, a couple of episodes ago, I introduced you to my book. This is the one that's coming out later this year, From Backroom to Boardroom, Earn Your Seat with Strategic Marketing Operations. And again, it's being published by Forbes, so we're very, very, very pleased with that. And a couple of shows ago, I introduced you to the 6 leadership qualities for a head of strategic marketing operations. And one of the reasons why I wrote this book is because, as you all know, marketing operations is a very, very hot area in marketing right now. It's growing probably faster than just about any other part of marketing. And CMOs ask me all the time, Debbie, who do I need to hire? What kind of profile of a leader do I need to run marketing operations, and what should that look like? And so this book is a lot about that. And the very first chapter is Profile of a Strategic Marketing Operations Leader. I wanted to go ahead and ask the question. And to write this book, I actually interviewed close to 26 executives, either heads of marketing operations or CMOs or head of RevOps. So again, I wanted to capture kind of like their stories. So let me review with you what those 6 attributes were. And in my last episode, we did the first 3, and tonight I thought we would do the second 3, right? And just kind of introduce you to what does a marketing leader look like who is running strategic marketing operations, and also talk about strategic marketing operations. So I had 6 characteristics for this leader. Number 1, they are not a button pusher, they are a business leader. Number 2, they're not tech geeks, they are digital visionaries. Number 3, they are data-driven, but they're really more insights obsessed. They go from business as usual to acting as an extraordinary change agent. They go from being just a hiring manager for the same old stuff to a team and a skill builder. And they go from being a siloed leader to a cross-functional facilitator. And the whole idea behind a strategic marketing operations organization, it is that organization that really enables revenue marketing to happen. And if you'll remember, let's see if I've got it here. Oh, I know it. I just wanted to see if I had it so I could show it to you. Yeah. So I've also talked about the definition of revenue marketing, and it's just transforming marketing from a cost center to an RPS. And RPS stands for repeatable, predictable, and scalable revenue machine that is powered by digital innovation and that is accelerated by the customer journey. So you've got to have a strategic marketing operations to enable that kind of revenue marketing, or that kind of marketing, which just happens to be revenue marketing. So what I'd like to do today is, again, talk about those last 3 attributes of what it takes to be a leader. And I'm just going to kind of go through my book here. Okay, let's talk about going from business as usual to a change agent. So you all know, you all work in marketing, you know that it's a time of extraordinary change. Change is the constant. Of course, technology is driving that change because you can do things now that you couldn't even dream of doing 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago. So technology really is the thing that's helping to drive the change. But new customer behaviors because of the technology. I mean, there are just so many changes going on in marketing right now. So you should be pretty accustomed to that. And it's not going to slow down. It will continue to change. So when I talk about going from business as usual to being a change agent, the leader of a strategic marketing operations organization does indeed become the enabler, that secret sauce, if you will, that helps marketing get that seat at the table. And they are a change agent in a number of ways. Certainly through introduction of technology, and the use of technology enables them to be a change agent. And everything that they do, from no longer being the button pushing department to being part of the strategy team, because who knows more about the technology than the strategic head of marketing operations. So it's how you use that, to make better business decisions, to really help the company be all that they can be. And as a change agent, they come in, and a lot of times it's almost like they have a clean slate. The marketing and the sales relationship, for example, we know has been fraught with all kinds of not goodness over the last few years. But somehow the head of strategic marketing operations comes in, and because they have data, and because they're not emotionally invested in things, and they let the data do the talking, it's kind of like they have a sane third party who is bringing the story forward that marketing can do these things. And one of the most critical aspects about change is how communication happens. And there is nothing more important than communicating, and communicating some more. And it really is the responsibility of the head of strategic marketing operations working with the CMO to ensure that that communication actually happens. So let me give you an example of that. So I worked with companies, and what we had to do, we had to recast, we had to do a PR campaign, we had to re-educate the company into what marketing could accomplish. I worked with a large bank, and we actually took the group that was running Marketo, and they had a lot of experience around the persona, around the customer journey, around what makes effective campaigns, what customers are asking for, how to talk to the customer. And through actually a little PR effort, we recast and re-educated the organization into what marketing could do. And that educational element is very important whenever you're trying to drive change. So it's because of the technology, it's because of the use of data, no more, which way is the wind blowing kind of thing. And it really has to do with, that communication. Communication is something that marketers more and more are having to do internally to a degree that they've really never had to do before. And again, anytime that you're going to be talking about change, you really, really have to think about communications. And so one of the things that we do is we help organizations build out full communication plans. I mean, it's just like it's like the best campaign that you ever developed, right? So the strategic marketing operations leader is responsible for moving from business as usual to a change agent. So that's part of it. Let's go talk about when they have to go from a hiring manager to a team builder or a skill builder. And let me tell you what's important about that one. Yeah. When I actually interviewed executives for the book, they could not shut up talking about team and how you build one and the talent and how difficult it is to find and how they needed to restructure around the talent. So, it's not like you have a job description that you've hired 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. A lot of times, the head of a strategic marketing operations organization is building a new team with new skills in a new organization. And that organization, not only is it a new organization, but it also may impact how all of marketing gets structured. And so it really is up to this head of strategic marketing operations to be able to see into the future, not just for today, but into the future, and think about the skills, the talent, think about how to structure the team. I mean, I've seen times where this restructuring was going on and responsibilities from another part of marketing then became the responsibility of the marketing operations organization. And people were like, whoa, what's happening to my job? Where are things going? Especially now, because people are, it's just a very stressful time right now. So you have to be careful with that. But this is what a strategic marketing operations leader does. He or she builds out a new team with a new set of capabilities and then imbues those capabilities across all of marketing. And that takes talent, and that takes absolute leadership. So the last capability or the last attribute we'll talk about is how this strategic marketing operations leader goes from being a siloed leader to a cross-functional facilitator. More and more, marketing is becoming a company-wide capability. The capability is no longer just, within a part of marketing. And as we begin to take a look at a holistic view of the customer and that holistic customer journey, so no matter if they're, bopping around on the internet, involved with sales, involved with customer service, involved with whoever, that one view means that the head of marketing operations has to relate to all of these customer-facing organizations. So they become a cross-functional facilitator. A lot of times, especially when companies are spinning up revenue marketing very quickly, what I see them doing is kind of building a cross-functional council that includes customer success team. It can include sales. It would, of course, include elements from marketing. And then they talk about not only how marketing is structured, the hierarchical organization, but they also talk about what does the collaboration look like. Because again, there's a lot of collaboration that happens in the world of revenue marketing and with a strategic marketing operations organization. And as you listen to more and more of my broadcast and you learn more and more about, what a revenue marketer is, you'll see all that. So they have to be an excellent cross-functional facilitator. And that's a new skill for a lot of people. So there is a lot that the head of a strategic marketing operations organization has to do. I mean, just think about it. They've got to not act like a button pusher. They've got to act like a business leader, which means that they know how to make decisions that are in the best interest of the business and also participate at a very high level with the organization. They have to not only make sure that marketing adopts data-driven decision-making, but that marketing also adopts using data insights, culling insights from the data, and then actually creating actionable insights for folks outside of marketing as well, for example, sales. Number 3, they have to go from being that tech geek to that digital visionary. And again, what an important role for the head of strategic marketing operations. And then today we talked about 3, going from business as usual to a change agent. Again, communication, communication, and communication. And also thinking about how what you do affects different parts of the organization and thinking about what's in it for them. You've got this new strategic marketing operations organization. Why should sales care? Why should product development care? Why should the customer success team care, right? So the communication needs to be very, very well thought through. You've got to go from being a team builder, a hiring manager, to a team builder, new organizations, new ways to collaborate, new skills on the team, and then how do you adjust all of that across marketing? And then finally, moving from being a siloed leader to a cross-functional facilitator. So this person has to have a lot of skills. And I will say to you that when I interviewed folks for the book, a lot of them were not as many as I thought would have a highly technical background. I saw a lot of consulting in their backgrounds. I saw a lot of science in the backgrounds. I did see marketing in the backgrounds. But it seems as though this first generation, I'll call them, of strategic marketing operations leaders are not necessarily, the tech geek kind of background. They're coming from a more business-oriented background. Now, we will see if that will continue to play out. That might be changing. It might be relevant in some organizations and not as relevant in other organizations. So with that, I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you guys and talk about these 6 characteristics for a strategic marketing operations leader. I hope you learned something. I hope you were able to get a drink or 2 in, while we're sitting here chatting. If you would like to have more information about this whole idea of a strategic marketing operations leader, my email is debbie@pedowitzgroup.com. Just drop me a line and say, I'd like to get a free copy of the book, From Backroom to Boardroom. It's probably going to be coming out April, May, June. We'll see, but it's coming out. But and I don't have my page up yet. That should be up in the next 2 weeks, and then you'll be able to go there and register. But just, drop me a note and say, Deb, I'd like to have a free copy of the book, and I'm happy to do that. So anyway, with that, I will give you back the rest of your evening. I hope you enjoyed our time today. And remember, it is a great day to be a revenue marketer. I will see everybody next time.